Hello, class and Miss Shabo. I am currently in my room recording this because it was a snow day and this is the only time I could find a time to do this project. My name is Isaac Thornton and I'll be talking to you guys about, my project, which is pancakes and why they're better than waffles. And here's why. And that's my name. So, first, what's on the menu? The average pancake has around 64 calories, and I don't know which of you cares about this because, I mean, okay. So, the average pancake from like the base regular hot cake would be around for 1 ounce 64 calories, and that's not really bad. I mean, that's why you can eat a ton, feel full, and not really gain too much weight, though you'll feel like it, depending on if that's just the base. Um, these can be made basically in, well, as long as you have a hot surface that should be sanitary and the ingredients to do so. They can be bought pre-made, which I'm sure we've all seen them at like our high school, where they have them just like in the little bags. I wouldn't say they're the best, but a lot of people like them. They can be made on a pan or griddle. A griddle is a specific piece of is a specific information is a specific piece of equipment made for things like this. And actually, scientists have found they were some of the earliest kind of cereals or breakfast foods uh, to be found. They found like fossils of them uh, around the world. A lot of people call them hotcakes. And now the waffle, on the other hand, is generally more caloric per base unit, 82 calories, just a little bit more, but they end up on average becoming more than that just due to their design. I'll get onto that later. And they're available fresh or pre-cooked. Now, pre-cooked means you get to skip the whole step of putting it between those two irons, which is a piece of equipment that is pretty necessary if you're going to get waffles if you're not going to get them pre-made. They can be typically topped with syrup, honey, molasses, fruit, basically anything sweet and delicious. I've seen people with mayonnaise on them. I wouldn't say that's. I wouldn't prefer that, but like to each their own. Um, but if I'm getting into my specifics, the reason I did this project is because I was in a debate with my family about what makes a waffle compared to a pancake in terms of a one-to-one basis. Um, Now, here is the need to feed. The need to feed is basically, I mean, the purpose of you getting everything that you have prepared for breakfast is to feed somebody or yourself or your family. And if you have a large family, I'd say pancakes are the best option. These are special Nutella pancakes. They've basically been filled with Nutella and it looks delicious and also extremely fattening. But pancakes are usually prepared for large groups of people at a lower and easier to set up price. For my family, we have 6 kids. Pancakes are always the go-to because you can make a ton of them at any time, and if they want more stuff on it, they can just throw it on top. Now, on the contrary, a waffle has basically little special compartments for topping. I call this the load bearing capacity, and it's like you can put a bunch of syrup and it'll just fall into little squares, and yeah, that's it'll just allow you to put a lot more stuff on there. Um, and on a one for more basis, typically more filling, although around 2 to 3 is like the average. This is a good, waffle meal. Pancakes, up to 7. Easy munching. Pancakes, as stated earlier, are really easy to make, and they don't take that much expertise to create. You just gotta make sure you're not burning them or undercooking the dough so you're not sick. They can be made in bulk. You'll see them sometimes at like drives for homeless people or feeding large events. People will be making pancakes because you don't have to bring the specific equipment and all that stuff. You can literally make them over a fire. Um, like I said earlier, they also feed my family all the time, and the parts bought to create them are typically bought in a higher, uh, pre-bought's typically of a higher quality. Like pre-bought pancake really don't have to. It's just the way it's designed. A waffle will kind of get like hard or moist. Now there have been companies that I've seen that have produced pretty decent waffles that you can put in a bag, but it's like I don't know. It's more. You're more likely to get what you're looking for in a pancake. And some parting words from me, Isaac. If you don't eat those waffles, I'm disowning you as a child, and that is by my mother. I spelled that with a W. After we were hanging out at a family event, and I refused to eat all of the waffles that I had claimed and touched with my grimy little hands. I ate all of them, and I felt terrible. But I would like to say, if you guys are looking for a breakfast food that is that isn't that expensive, you can make a ton of. Top it with whatever you want, and also make any time with all the specialized and possibly expensive equipment, which can go up to like $30, $100 if you want like a big production machine for the waffles. I'd recommend the pancakes. This is Isaac, and thank you for listening.